Welcome to America's 250 Red, White, and You. I'm Jeff Zevaley. For the next 30 minutes, we'll be celebrating America. It's been 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. This show honors everyday Americans who give back and lift others up. We'll meet all types of people making a difference in our communities. And we start with veterans. Bill Black's home is filled with the red, white, and blue.
It fills me with pride. I love the flag.
As an 18-year-old, Bill dreamed about becoming a Marine, but was told,
I'm sorry, son, but we can't use you.
Bill, who suffered from asthma, told the recruiter he had no other place to go.
And he said, you mean you want to go? And I said, yes.
Bill says he blinked his eyes and found himself in the jungles of Vietnam.
Well, they're scared, and then there's terror. And scared you can pretty much kind of get used to and kind of talk about, but not terror.
In March 1969, Bill and his fellow Marines had their chopper shot down as they battled to win the Argonne Hilltop.
That's the chopper that got shot down. The rounds went in right underneath the little logo here.
It was an impossible uphill fight with the enemy looking down on them.
There were 20-some machine guns at the top of the hill.
In Bill's platoon alone, half of the Marines were either killed or wounded.
This is Max, who died on Argonne. This is Bartlett, who was wounded on Argonne. And this is David, who was killed on Argonne.
The battle is well documented in a book titled LZ, Sitting Duck.
They were sent there to kill us, and we were sent there to kill them. That's all it is.
More than 20 Marines teamed up to share the story. Bill was asked to write
one chapter, and it's the best chapter in the book.
Military service runs in the Black family. Bill's mother, Ray, was a naval officer.
My mom was a lady.
His father, Ed, served in the Army.
My dad was a gentleman.
On America's anniversary, I asked Bill to reflect upon his family's fight for freedom.
I hope we go another 250 at least.
Later in his study, I asked Bill to share a portion of his book.
I've had a good life. I'm not sure I can read this. I've had a good life. I promised I would never complain. Almost never. I have a great wife, Kathy. I can't do this.
The next time you meet a veteran, remember the sacrifice they made for the red, white, and you. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, you're welcome.
In the Zevaley Zone, happy birthday, America.
I'm just glad I'm still alive to witness it.
Jeff Zevaley, News 8. It's been 53 years since the Vietnam War ended. Earlier this year, San Diego's military community honored the nearly 600 veterans who endured captivity as prisoners of war. Our Abby Black went to this special tribute aboard the USS Midway.
As the Missing Man formation flies over the USS Midway, veterans and supporters gather to commemorate the 53rd anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. Among them, retired Captain Jack Inch, one of the 591 American prisoners of war who came home.
Well, you're flying along in your mission, and suddenly your world turns to chaos.
Inch was flying an F-4 Phantom off the deck of the USS Midway with Fighter Squadron 161 when he was shot down over North Vietnam in August 1972. He spent 217 days at the infamous Hanoi Hilton before being released March 29, 1973.
My POW experience was part of my life. It wasn't the end of my life. I'm not a professional POW. I was a professional naval officer.
His wife, Kathy, married 63 years, also spoke, recognizing the families who waited at home.
I had to take care of the kids, and I sort of more or less in my mind did what I thought Jack would have wanted me to do. And so we kept on keeping on.
Also in the crowd, Medal of Honor recipient Royce Williams, a decorated naval aviator from World War II who knows the bond of those who served.
My heart goes out to him, and I hope people that are here today take it aboard to feel the appreciation of those that laid it on the line.
The USS Midway dedicated a new exhibit, Captive Warriors, the Midway 11, honoring the 11 naval aviators from this ship held in North Vietnamese prison camps. Inch was one of the POWs.
It's more of a somber exhibit because it tells the story of torture and all the families who supported them while they were gone.
Inside, a recreation of the actual prison cells from the Hanoi Hilton.
This was horrifying.
Today, more than 1,500 Americans remain unaccounted for from that war.
It shouldn't be forgotten.
On the USS Midway,
I thank you.
Abby Black, News 8.
God bless America.
Thanks, Abby. As America celebrates its 250th birthday, we reflect upon who we are, where we've been, and the values that continue to move this country forward. I recently met an Oceanside Navy veteran sharing a message of unity. Ken Palmer runs by himself every day with the American flag, but he says he's never alone. That's because Ken, who suffers from PTSD, carries the flag to honor the fallen who didn't come home. Ken calls these daily outings memorial runs.
Promise to them. It's a promise to the people that gave everything. I truly believe that America is a love story. It's an ongoing love story.
Ken Palmer honors comrades lost in both Iraq and Afghanistan with the American flag. He says he'll run every day for them until his legs fall off. America also owes a tremendous debt to our many female veterans. In Carlsbad, we attended the annual Sisterhood of Service event hosted by Shelter to Soldier and the Foundation for Women Warriors. The free gathering celebrates female veterans and offers community resources. U.S. Navy Corpsman and Nurse Carol Matthews, a Vietnam-era veteran, received her first challenge coin at the event. That was the first coin of its kind that Carol ever saw bearing the image of a female veteran.
Thank you so much. I feel so special.
You are special. You blaze the trails for all of us who've served.
According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, women are now the fastest growing group in the veteran population. And military veterans didn't just save lives on the battlefield, they continue to do so right here on the home front. That's the goal for one artist at this year's San Diego County Fair. We want to warn you, this next story discusses suicide and may be difficult for some viewers, which is why one veteran and Lady Liberty are offering support. The twists and turns of life have been both beautiful and haunting for Joe Paisano. When you see his artwork, it's clear the retired Navy chief loves his country.
Our service members put on a uniform with a one-way ticket.
Joe works with drywall screws, and with each one, he hopes to save a veteran's life, including his own.
Mental health, suicide ideations, the struggle is what I call it, is every day.
For veterans struggling with PTSD, Joe wants to start a conversation.
We talk about all these programs and how much money we need to help our veterans. Having a conversation is free. Giving a hug is free, and that's where we got to start.
Joe's start in life was challenging too. As a baby, he was abandoned at an orphanage in the Philippines.
My adoptive parents got stationed in the Philippines. My full name is Joseph Angelo Paisano, so I have more marinara sauce in my blood than rice in my belly. I'm proud of it.
In 2018, Joe wanted to paint an American flag, but fell in love with the way 3D screw art made the flag appear to wave.
That's it. That's what I wanted. So people that come in and see my work see that movement.
This is one of 4 panels.
Yes.
And when you put them all together, how tall will she be?
She'll be about 20 feet tall, over 80,000 drywall screws.
Lady Liberty will be on display at the fair's America's 250 exhibit. Joe plans on being at the fair every day it's open, and he hopes you come by because tucked underneath Lady Liberty's left arm will be a time capsule where you can leave a letter. 50 years from now, the tablet will be opened on America's 300th birthday.
So everyone's invited to actually write a letter.
Helping Joe with Lady Liberty is retired Navy Corpsman Robert Lemos.
He's all heart.
Robert got involved because Joe's artwork moved him.
I call it the onion effect because it's just layered with so much significance. It's not just a symbolism, but it draws both military and civilians just the same.
Although Joe's art is award-winning, victory for him simply means another day.
You give me 100, 1,000 awards, but the fact that if I save a veteran, if I save a life, it's all worth it. I'd rather have the one life saved than 1,000 ribbons.
In the Zevely Zone, Jeff Zevely, CBS 8. Remember, help is always available. The National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988. You can also call San Diego's Access and Crisis Line by dialing 888-724-7240. Coming up on America's 250, Red, White, and You, we take a look back at America's 200th birthday. And I'll show you what I wore as a 6-year-old on our country's bicentennial. You can feel the excitement across the nation as Americans celebrate our 250th anniversary. That excitement takes me back to 1976 when America celebrated its bicentennial anniversary. I was just 6 years old when my grandmother Ethel hand-stitched these colonial costumes for my sister and me. My parents even took us down to an Olin Mills studio to photograph the special occasion. Back on July 4th, 1976, someone in our newsroom actually counted the number of bicentennial events going on in San Diego County that day. The total, can you guess? 431, and those were just the official ones. In Ocean Beach, the bicentennial celebration was fit for a king and queen. 2 residents were crowned, marking the beginning of the royal celebration of Ocean Beach International Festival 76. King George Kinline and Queen Ruth Hyde were given grand titles because they had lived in Ocean Beach the longest, dating back to 1912. The Star of India also shined during the bicentennial. The floating museum was 133 years old at the time in 1976. This was the first sail for the proud and glorious ship in 50 years. Of course, she didn't go far, just up the coast toward La Jolla and back. Hundreds of people, many of them experienced sailors, volunteered to help out on that voyage. The 40 lucky ones chosen to sail practiced for weeks.
Have you been looking forward to this for a long time? Since I've been here, and that's been about 7 years. So I've been looking forward to it a long time. It's been, we never thought it would come around because of other problems, but I'm glad it finally came.
Would you like to sail it further than just out off Point Loma?
Oh yeah, I'd go as far as they want to go. I'd go as long as they wanted to go. I'd go. I'm confident in it.
It's a good ship.
Sound.
In 1976, there were, of course, too many patriotic parades to cover. But our camera did make it to the official City of San Diego parade in Claremont. The event attracted quite a crowd, along with 15 floats and numerous bands. Some San Diegans celebrated the bicentennial with bells on at a national bell-ringing ceremony. The San Diego Mission de Alcala is even older than our nation, and its bells rung for 2 minutes as the sanctuary below filled with people. It was one of thousands of places across the country which rang out a message of freedom. And not every event went smoothly. The First Presbyterian Church in downtown San Diego tried to unfurl this 70-pound, 36 by 58-foot flag. Despite the snag, the stars and stripes still added to the pageantry of the day. And finally, this celebration was a little on the unusual side. Greg Day spent 3 hours shaping 280 balloons into this 12 by 24-foot weightless American flag. The helium balloon sculpture waved with all its glory above Mission Bay. And all that pride and patriotism continues on today. Coming up on America's 250 Red, White, and You, we meet 2 community heroes. not just celebrating America's birthday, we're showcasing people who make our communities better, like the man who's about to walk through that door. He never saw it coming. Wow, we finally surprised you. Talk about flipping the script.
Today's winner is an excellent young man.
TJ Crossman, a Vista mechanic.
Is this mine?
This
is for me?
This is yours.
Well known for giving away more than a dozen cars to people in need.
See that guy with the TV camera right there?
Hi. No. What?
Was on the receiving end for once.
Wow. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing well, TJ. When the San Diego Helpful Honda dealers teamed up with TJ's daughters.
We are here to bring you a random act of helpfulness. They said the thing that you wanted most is more family time. And they said that you love doing Monday night pizza dinner. And we are here to give you this new pizza oven.
A $2,000 gift that includes gift cards and 2 new pairs of shoes.
Can I give you a hug?
Of course.
TJ immediately hugged his daughters Kaylee and Shayna. The father, who's given so much to his community, was nearly speechless.
I'm just so grateful. I have a life beyond my wildest dreams, and thank you all for being a part of it. That's yours, brother. Thank you so much.
I've watched TJ for more than a decade.
Thank you so much.
Share his generosity with the community.
And no matter who needs something, he's just always willing to help.
Surprising TJ is no easy feat.
I finally got him.
TJ's daughter Shayna told me what's on the menu for dinner.
Pizza. Yep. He's going to the store right after this, actually.
TJ's youngest daughter, Kaylee, says it's pretty cool having a superhero dad.
People, I'll be walking through the grocery store and they'll look at me and they'll yell, "You're TJ's daughter?" Happy Father's Day.
Kaylee's mother passed away when she was 5. The Honda dealers wanted this single dad to enjoy more family time with a pizza oven for their weekly dinners.
I have everything I could ever want.
In the Zevely Zone, Jeff Zevely, News 8.
What a guy. Way to go, TJ. San Diego is filled with special people whose acts of service and generosity strengthen our communities. We want you to meet a San Diego woman who became the first double living organ donor in UC San Diego health history. When Penny Pride urgently needed a kidney, her friend Ann Wynn stepped in to help. Penny's life was saved. Then 4 years later, Ann decided to donate a portion of her liver to a young child in need.
Meant to do it. You know, it's just something I felt I need to do.
It's remarkable. I mean, she's a remarkable person. I'm sorry, I have been so emotional.
All 3 patients are feeling great and encourages others to consider becoming a living donor. Coming up on America's 250 Red, White, and You, you'll meet 92-year-old Carol French. There she is, the handstand grandma. Throughout our America's 250 Red, White, and You campaign, we've shined a light on everyday Americans who reflect the spirit of our great nation. I profiled Eliza Newton and her story of courage. The 14-year-old world BMX champion was the #1 ranked rider in her age group in America when doctors suddenly diagnosed her with aplastic anemia, a rare life-threatening blood disorder. But this kid's a fighter. She spent 120 days in the hospital and underwent chemotherapy.
I just thought, like, I don't want to die. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't give up and I have to make it through.
Eliza also received a successful bone marrow transplant. She's feeling great and expected to make a full recovery. I also featured a 911 dispatcher's incredible weight loss story. Brian Anderson was approaching 600 pounds.
And in the past 5 years, he lost nearly 300 pounds through exercise and using no weight loss medications. Brian couldn't believe it when People magazine reached out to feature his accomplishment.
Speechless, to be honest. Like it felt like everything that I've worked for is all come together. I like cried when I saw it because it was just like that's me.
Brian loves the way he looks, but still hopes to lose another 70 pounds until he hits his target weight of 225 pounds, and we wish him the very best. And finally, our show comes to an end with a smile and inspiration turned upside down. This 92-year-old Carlsbad woman may be named Carol French, but believe me, she's an American through and through who bleeds red, white, and blue. Nicknamed the handstand grandma, Carol was an acrobatic dancer as a child and told me she never really grew up. Carol even performed handstands into her 70s and 80s. I asked her if she enjoys the attention.
It's fun to see the remarks, people gawk and say, oh,
At age 92, I helped Carol pull off one more handstand. As America celebrates its 250th, we could all learn a lesson about resilience, joy, and the power of positivity from Carol French. And that's going to wrap up our America's 250 Red, White, and You special. I'm Jeff Sevely. Thanks for watching, and happy birthday, America.